toddy, gosh almighty, who the heck are they? Hey, flim, flam, bim, bam, Ole Miss. By golly, and welcome to Vaught-Hemingway Stadium where the Rebels are ready to take the field. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see the number 18 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Ole Miss Rebels. Go ahead. Sooners will kick it off to get us underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Rebels offense will get the first crack at it here. And here he comes, and you may think that you can take a wide receiver out of the game plan, but Jesse, with this guy, he sort of believes, I'm him. I'm the dude.
Yeah, and he gives defensive coordinators nightmares, too. I swear, when you watch this guy's highlight tape, man, he scares you to death with his speed. He can take the top off the defense. He can change the game, David, on any given play.
And so how many different ways can I continue to give him touches? You know, they're going to split him out wide. I'd hand him the football. I'd throw it to him quick. I'd throw it to him deep. This is a playmaker that will be featured.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Rebels moving quickly to the line.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. He'll throw on third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. Looks as if they might have a little something going on that drive, but they'll have to kick it. Bringing it back, it's Burks. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. So Oklahoma's offense will get the ball for the first time. And when you take the field with the confidence, the swag that this guy does, David, it just really elevates your confidence in the passing game.
Yeah, receivers don't usually lack confidence, and those are the guys that kind of set the tone. And that swagger sets the tone for this offense. And Jesse, you know he's going to make plays.
And that speed scares defenses, too, because he can take the top off quick. These safeties better get back deep, or else this guy's going to take it to the house.
It's complete to the right. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Just the ability to move the chains, keep the drive going, sort of quintessential efficiency from a Sooner quarterback. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
That's one of the reasons I love this linebacker, man. He can rush the passer. He does a great job timing his blitz, and with that speed, he's able to get home quickly.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. To the air, it's Arnold. Gets it out fast. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Chucked it away just as he was hit. And the Sooners will punt this one away.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They'll start this drive with a pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Harris. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. Using his legs, it's Bentley. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. And the Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Caught behind the line. It's Watkins. And more yards after contact. He'll work his way down to the 28. They move the chains on the ground. Now another first down.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Back to pass, it's Dart. They're trying to get to him. And the blitz gets to him just like that.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. That's caught. It's Priestcorn. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Now, fourth down.
They'll run for it on fourth down. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. Inside the 15, first and 10 from the 14. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On second down, he'll let it fly. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Well, somebody's been doing their box jumps.
You ain't lying. Getting up in the air. Hey, listen, I'm taking a picture of that, saving it. That might be my screensaver on my phone. That vertical way up in the air.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Final update, guys, in the battle between Sparty and Michigan and the fight over Paul Bunyan's trophy. Michigan State notched a victory in enemy territory, and though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from East Lansing is worth its weight in gold to the Spartans. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Leaves it with the running back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. The Sooners come to the line in the hurry-up. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the ball is picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Tough running this deep in the red zone. He's got 4 down to the 11. Looking downfield, it's Dart. Feeling some heat. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. Splits the uprights, it's good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, you're still happy to get the field goal.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Wants to throw on first down. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, David, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to come into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Makes a nice grab at the 25. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. He wants to throw. Fires to the right. Got him downfield. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Back to throw, it's Dart. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. And that's a mistake you don't expect to see from a senior, and he is lucky to get it back. And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
8 yards on the play. 4th down coming up.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And they'll push that lead down a little further. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. On the move from inside is 5. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, thanks, guys. You've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far in Oxford today. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Vaught Hemingway.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. They'll open the second half on the ground. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? The Sooners want to pick up the tempo. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They can really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Caught in the backfield, it's Burks. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. They'll operate out of split backs. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Fires to the middle. He's got it. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Dart. Unloads to the right. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. This offense has a second down play. He'll pull it on the read. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a third and long. Looking for room. It's Parrish. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try a long one. Well, players don't really like kickers, but if this guy bangs through this 60-yarder, he'll be the toast of the team. No, no good. After the missed field goal, this lead still sitting at 13.
Oklahoma, 0.
Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. That's the risk when you try a 60-yard field goal. If you miss it, you give it up on the 43. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Offense in the hurry up. The pull and throw off the RPO. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. The offense in hurry-up mode.
And that's good enough for a first down.
Quick completion to the right.
And I love working the slot receivers. You see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
And that's a first down.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Got a man, it's Sharp. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. Got his man quickly. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. And the Sooners want to crank the tempo. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now on second and goal. Caught in the backfield. It's Sharp. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Third and goal is where defensive coordinators earn their keep. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Back to pass, it's Arnold. Hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step 1 accomplished, but this offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Alabama is putting on an offensive clinic, the likes of which we've seldom seen, and this program has had some legendary players. They're up by 16 over Missouri.
From the gun, the ground game.
We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand, they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Finds his man. It's Harris. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
And offenses practice the situation. This is 4-minute offense. You've got the lead late in the game. You're trying to bleed the clock and just get 1st downs. They do that, they stay in bounds, and the clock keeps ticking.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. The give, and tick, 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 tick. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. And the Rebels want to move quickly. They think they can create space here with the run to the right. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. To the air, it's Dart. He finds his man. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. The Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. If they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going...
Ball is loose. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Looking to move it through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. The Sooners will have it 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
What a play call in a 2-minute situation. They find the shot opportunity, and they take advantage of it, flipping the field. They've now put themselves in a chance to come back and win this thing.
Into the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown Sooner.
That is how it's done. In the clutch, in the big time, your offense comes up with the big drive, puts points on the board. Now you tell your kicker, go knock this PAT through, take the lead. Nice execution by this offense.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point gives them a 1-point lead here in the 4th. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
14, Ole Miss 13.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They'll throw it on first down. Complete to the left. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. They'll throw it on first down. And it's picked off. Looking for more room. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
We've seen this defense make plays time and time again in this game. They may have just sealed it with that takeaway.
Line gets set, first down. Quarterback on the keeper. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. Looks like the offense will just take a knee.
Number 48 in hot formation to kick it away.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He won't be able to return this one as it goes out of bounds. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Pocket starts to collapse. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. They're going to get him for a safety. Tried to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2.
And that stings for this offense. You got the football, a chance to go make a big play, take control of this football game, and you give up the safety. Now they get the football back. Under 2 minutes, everything now against you. This team is going to have to find a way to respond and make a big play on the other side of the football.
On the return, it's Alchuk. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had and plays to be made. At the end of the day, they just did not execute well enough in any of the 3 phases on any side of the football. So, David, moving forward, a lot to take away from this game as they try to improve.
A lot to take away and a lot to learn from. I mean, losses definitely hurt, they sting, but a lot of times most teams refocus and they get a sense of urgency now that they got a loss in that column. So watch the tape, watch what you need to